Once again, you guys helped push another Discover artist to the charts. Now, we introduced you to these guys back in August 2021, and they did a cover of Just Tonight, the Pretty Reckless tune. And now they're back with a vengeance, man. And Monkey Boy played them on his segment last week. So that means they're chart bound, man. I wanted to jump on this ASAP. The band is one day alive, and vocalist Randy Webb is with us right now. Thanks so much for being on Real Rock Nights, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. This is great. I really appreciate you guys playing us like that.
No, so hell yeah. That's well, like I told you in the email, man. We're all in this together, man. No thanks needed whatsoever.
That's awesome.
The new single, Bringing on the Pain. Now we're going to get to that, but I want to get a little background first. You're out of Cincinnati, right?
What was that?
You're out of Cincinnati, right?
I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yes, in the Natty.
Now, are all the members, Tony, Garfield, Scott, they're all Cincinnati also?
Scott is from Portsmouth, Ohio. He's a little bit of ways from us.
Okay.
So he's our traveling man right now.
He's a traveling man.
The rest of us are actually from the northern tip of Kentucky, and I forget where you guys are at. Where you're down south, right?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And we got some people in Tulsa.
You do?
We like Tulsa. Yes, yeah. We got a great fan base. We got a bunch of people down there in Oklahoma who follow us, comment. They're pretty active. So, what's up to all those guys? So we're in Cincinnati in the northern tip of Kentucky. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Rockers can come from Kentucky.
Well, I'm starting to notice that. The whole thing with that, like Nashville and Texas too. Like when I was a kid, those were always like the places where the country bands came from. Now, right. I am announcing so many bands come out of Texas and Tennessee or even going as far as Georgia. I mean, there's all these rock acts coming out.
We got some good friends in a band. Their guitar player produced this. He's real tight with us. He's helped us out. He's been a big part of the success we're having. The band Saving Abel, Jason All from Saving Abel. Those guys are from down in Mississippi and Memphis, and I think Scott, their bass player, he's actually a Kentucky native too, I believe. So some of the Southern guys are kind of coming out and rocking,
Well, hell, their original singer Scott Austin, he was on the show and he was telling me his dad was a country singer. He was, I was like, okay, and
yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know Scott's dad was a country singer. Huh.
His dad was a country singer. Yeah. But Scotty says his balls are too big to sing country.
That sounds like Scotty.
Hey, was singing in a band always what you wanted to do?
Yeah, man. So, when I was about 11 years old, I had older brothers. My oldest brother is a good decade older than me, and he was a singer. When you got a brother that much older, he's like your hero, Yeah. And I wanted to be Nikki Sixx when I was a little kid.
Okay.
I love Nikki Sixx. So I had a bass, and a little cheap bass and a bass amp. And my oldest brother passed away when I was 13 in a car accident. And he had a microphone back when I was little, and it could plug in. It had like the XLR, and
all right.
I just that day I plugged it into that little bass amp I had when I was like 11 and started singing, and just kind of never looked back. It just kind of happened.
So do you still play bass, or?
No, I'm terrible.
Is that something you said?
I'm terrible.
Well, hey, that goes along with wanting to be Nicky, because he was terrible for like the first 5 or 6 years.
Hey, there
or something.
You go.
He will even tell you I couldn't fucking play.
Yeah, that guy's can you imagine though? I mean, thinking that guy writes 90% of their stuff. And it's like, does he play? I don't think he plays the other instruments. It's like, he writes everything. I'd love to be in his head for 5 minutes and figure out his method.
I thought the same thing before, because playing one, granted, that's the rhythm section, and that helps like form the band sound so much, but he doesn't play guitar, he doesn't play piano. You know, it's
Right,
like
the vocal melodies. I mean, I'm telling you, vocal melodies, that's the key. Vocal melodies is that takes work. I mean, you could have the greatest music going on, and if your vocal melody sucks, the whole song's gonna suck. Your band's gonna kill you. You know, they're gonna be putting together all this great music, and you're gonna come in there with some, you know, melody, and it's gonna kill the song. And for him to be able to, from what I understand, I think he writes most, like, all the vocal melodies and everything, and that's just wild to me.
See, that's okay. All right. Well, you're learning me, man, because I didn't know that he did the vocal melodies and stuff. I thought they wrote the music and then worked it out.
I don't want any Crew fans coming to kill me and burn my house down because they're dedicated, but I'm pretty sure I read that he does most of the arrangements and the vocal melodies, and he's pretty much the sole songwriter for the most part, from my understanding.
Okay.
You know, clearly know those guys or anything. Just growing up as a fan, as a little boy, reading everything, being a big Nicky guy. Man, he had the coolest face paint. God, he was awesome, wasn't he?
we're getting off on a tangent, man. This is an interview about your band.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. You said you plugged in that mic and there was no looking back. What did you still like? Let's that was at 11 years old. So do you say by like 12 or 13, you were actually like starting to put songs together?
I started discovering I could sing and had a passion for it at about 12. And I actually, now I have another brother. I'm the youngest brother. I have another brother. And he is an incredible guitar player. And we played together locally and regionally for years. And so he's about 5 years older than me. So he was a little ahead. And once he realized, man, my little brother's, you know, he's getting into singing, he can sing. We would sit around and jam together, you know, and that's when I started to really write. And I would start to kind of write, you know, lyrics. Back then it was a little more poetry sounding for some reason. I do like to write poetry and that, you know. All right. And he would jam some guitar. So I would say, I think I recorded my first song at a little studio, you know, a little $100 deal at about 14 years old, 15 years old, maybe something like that, with my brother and some local friends, you know, garage band kind of stuff.
Was it when you say that you recorded, you said a little $100 deal, was it like a little like 4-track recorder or something? Somebody?
No, we went into a little studio. Oh, okay. We just didn't have a bunch of money. We were kids, you know, and we were like, man, we walked in the studio, like, God, we're rock stars. We're in a studio, you know.
It's time to go get the tattoo.
Right, look at this. This is it. But so, you know, a couple $100, and we did a song, and it was called 1,000 Times. And actually, my brother had that from all them years ago and transferred it over. And I would listen to it about a week ago, and I was like, man, that could have been a really good song if I would have wrote that, you know, 10 years later. Would have been a great song.
Well, maybe it could be like a special collector's item you throw in your merch store on your website or something.
Yeah, I'd have to re-record that.
Like yeah, I'm talking re-recorded. I'm not talking about but yeah, just first song that I ever wrote. Or first real song I ever wrote, rather.
Good little tune. Kind of had a fuel feel to it.
Oh, really? So
yeah, looking back now.
You were a little bit ahead of your time.
I think so. I think I was a little darker. You know, I got a little bit of a dark feel. I try not to sometime. You know, our producer sometime will be like, quit being so dark. I'll be like, all right. So I got to kind of find another presentation. But I don't know. I get pulled back to those undertones often, you know. Yeah, sometime in the shadows, there's a little more emotion there.
Let's move forward a little bit now. You wanted to become, I guess I want to say nationally solidified and gain a little traction. So is that why you did that Pretty Reckless tune? Or what made you pick that song?
Man, so I'm a freaking huge Pretty Reckless fan. I love them, and a lot of us do in the band. I mean, everybody likes them. Me and Tony were really big Pretty Reckless fans, and we were dealing with some management, and they said, "Hey, man, you guys got a really good regional following, and we need to put something out there. Let's introduce you to some people by let's do a cover. It's I guess the thing to do today. Do a cover. A lot of guys are really getting notoriety by starting out that way. So I instantly was like, man, let's really throw me down the gauntlet here and do a Pretty Reckless song so all their fans can come and tell me how terrible it was. And, those Taylor fans are hardcore.
Did that happen? What was the response?
It was actually a really good response. I wanted to keep it, true to its song, but I'm a male vocalist. It's going to be different. So I wanted to kind of add a little bit of a change. So I believe we tuned it down maybe just a little bit.
I heard that. And
we actually made it just a couple beats slower to give a little bit of more of a my feel to it there. Mm-hmm. And I threw a little screaming in at the end because why not? And but I think for the most part it stayed pretty true to it. We had a lot of fans coming in. We had a few messages from a couple of their people that were like, hey, I heard this, and at first I was like, oh no, but I really like it. You guys did a great job. And I was like, woo!
I heard this, and I was like, oh no, that's one of the worst first lines you ever want to read.
I read it. I'm like, oh god,
like, but, man, here comes the shitstorm, man.
Every now and then you get a couple like, you're nowhere near as pretty as Taylor, things like that. So, you get you get the trollers in there,
like I wear less makeup. Is that pretty much where you began writing the new album, or did you see like the shift in the momentum and you're like, man, we got to capitalize on this ASAP?
Right on. So Tony and I, when this band started, One Day Alive, when this incarnation, when me and Tony started writing, we actually wrote kind of a ballad song. It's not released yet, and it's one of my favorite songs. It's going to be a single, and it's going to be on the album. It's one of my favorite, and it's called Nowhere.
All right.
And we wrote that it was kind of crazy. Tony just sent me a little clip on an iPhone recorder, and he's like, man, I got this little rhythm. And as soon as I heard it, I started, I was actually joking. I walked out of the bedroom kind of humming to myself, I turned out the light and clicked it, and then the song just came to be really quick.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's the first song that we ever wrote. It's not out yet. It's coming. It's a couple of a single or two. It's not going to be the next single. I think it may be the one after. I'm hoping. It's a little bit. It's a really good song, man. I think a lot of people will relate to it. I'm really hoping, because it's my favorite, and I want to be right.
Is there a release date for the album yet, or is it just going to be a general right now, like such and such a month or something?
So I think Jeff has our manager. He has his itinerary, his game plan going on. We just kind of, me personally, I just get word like, hey, this is going to be the next single. Get ready for the video for it or whatever. So I unfortunately can't say right now. I don't have any idea. I think it'll be this year. I'm kind of, the way things are going, I feel like we're probably going to drop two more singles, and then I feel like the album will come.
Then the album. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a couple more singles to look forward to. And One Day Alive is just getting started with this tune. So it's like all through 2023, man, you're going to rule.
I'm hoping, man. I appreciate the confidence.
It's like, well, yeah, definitely, man. I've heard what you can do. Like just with that. That's why that Pretty Reckless tune was up on our Discover segment, is because when you can hear, and you've been in this business long enough too, it's like you can hear when a certain band has that certain something. It's like,
I don't know if you
What's
I
that?
don't know if you hear it when you're the band or not. I think the
I
people can hear it. I don't think we can hear it. We're always going, man, we're never going to be as good as our heroes.
That's what I'm talking about, though. But you can hear that in other bands that you see and hear, can't you?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
You're like,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit, if they just change this up or change that up or whatever, or if the quality in the recording sucks, and you're like, man, if they like get somebody that can mix and master better, man, this is gonna sound awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I always listen to their hooks, man, their style. Like, man, they got some really good hooks in there. You know, that's gonna pop when they get it in.
Yeah.
But that's so much about your producer.
Well, that was one thing I was going to say too. What was it like working with Jason?
With Jason Null?
Yeah.
So, man, great. Jason's, dude, he is a great producer. If anybody out there, man, thinks they got something and they want to bring it to somebody, I highly would suggest getting in touch with him. He's got some. He really likes writing music. Like he's a ninja with it. Like we'll do stuff sometime, you know, because sometimes as the artist, your producer does stuff and you're like, man, they took that out. We love that little in there. So we would, you know, we try to sneak something back in. He won't notice. He'll listen to a 5 be like, what's that doing back in there? Like he knows
right away.
I mean, everything. He hears every aspect of the music. He hears where the delays are going to be before you've even written the line. I mean, he's good, man. He's a great songwriter. He's a great guy. I mean, he's a really great guy. If when he works with us, man, he really, to us, he's part of this band to us. He's part of the whole thing. I mean, he's heavily involved in his work.
I'd like to hear that. Rather than, yeah, we got this producer and he walked in and his first question was, how do you want this to sound?
He was like,
because they're supposed to put that input into the band. They're supposed to be like, no, it should be like this and this. So I don't know what's up. Where did Bringing on the Pain come from? Where did that song originate in your head?
So actually that song, the soul writing of it, you know, guitar, vocals, that was me and myself and Jason Null. We were in the studio working on another track for the album, and he was just kind of jamming on a riff. And he's like, "Man, I got this riff, you know." And he's like, "Maybe you guys want to do something with it or not." And it was kind of instantly. I don't even know where the line came from, but I had that first, you know, I know what you're thinking line in there, and it just it evolved. And normally when I write, I sound nuts. I make words up. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm writing the melody. You know, I'm just in there like, you know, my left on shoes tied. And sorry about that. Let me
What'd you do? Wait for you to come back. What? He unplugged his computer or something. Oh, wait, no, he's back in already. Wait for him to hook up. It's hooking up the audio. There we go. We should be able to hear him now. What the hell did you do, man?
I don't know. Everything just went away. But I think I talked too much.
No, you didn't talk too much. Well, you said, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Wait a minute. Let me just do this. Disappeared.
Totally. My whole screen, audio, everything closed out on me there. But so that song came together. I'm Bringing on the Pain. There was myself and Jason, and I went back just the next day. I went home that night, and you know, most of the stuff I write comes from some sort of experience in my life, so or something I've seen somebody else experience, and I just kind of put my take on it, and that one was a wrap really quickly.
That was that it just came to you that quickly.
Yeah. Yep. The melody was kind of instant for the most part. And I went home, you know, he would come up here to Cincinnati where we would demo. And I think it was about the next day, and we came back in that next night and it was like, what do you got for it? And we pretty much laid it down, and then got sent off to Nashville.
That's awesome. What we're talking you must have disappeared again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Does this internet keep dropping out or something?
Up here a little bit.
There.
I think the weather's getting me periodically.
Oh, it's your that's right.
I got
shitty weather going on out there.
I think that's what's happening.
All right. Well, we can wrap this up real quick.
Oh, we're all right, man.
Okay. Well,
good. Let's see if it gets us again. You know,
it's up to you. Okay, we'll go with it. Now, you said that came so easy to you, and I want to hear from you because some people think that the songs that they work the longest on and the hardest on are the best songs, but some people think the easiest songs, the songs that come to them the fastest, are the best songs. What do you think?
Man, I mean, my personal experience thus far is it seems like the ones that happen quickly seem to be the best to me. I think so.
Get the best response from people and connect the fastest with people.
Yeah, I think they had less time to get, well, maybe we should have this. You know, there's a little more of that raw writing to it. And I think they tend to have a little more emotion to them that way. I don't know why. It's just could be different for someone else, but for us, you know, like Nowhere happened right away. Bringing on Pain happened right away. These next three singles actually were songs that just kind of banged pretty quickly. You know, the production always takes a little longer, you know, down there, but
yeah. Well, I almost feel like it would be more that way if the song comes to the songwriter and the band that quickly and that organically. I would think the fan, i.e., listener, would be able to feel the same thing the band member was feeling when they put that song together.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I hope anyway.
That's just. But
I'm
then
sure there's been some great songs though that took time to make, you know. For me, it's just seems like that inspiration's right there, you know. To get a song together that quick, you got to be really inspired, and that's usually when you get your feelings across the most.
That's when everything just kind of falls into place. Now, socials, you are all over the socials, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't. It's everything's just going so well right now. I'm kind of nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
Oh man, when things, you know, whenever things going great, you're always waiting for that other foot to drop kind of thing. So I think we're going to do great there, man. We got a great fan base. I mean, we are just blessed with it. Our people are so interactive, and I mean, they push. We just won some sort of contest in Minneapolis on the radio. A radio station up there just got us. I just found out a few minutes ago we won. Our fans just went in and flooded them, and we beat out a couple really good acts. You know,
nice.
So I was blown away by that. So everybody's got our back, man. We got a great team.
That's awesome, man. What about tours, live shows? What are you looking at in 2023 as far as that goes?
That's my favorite. That's what I'm waiting for right there. So I think we're going to be gone a lot in 23 coming up here. I'm going to guesstimate around early spring. I know that I've heard that there is some routing and stuff in progress right now. So our next step is to get this next single out. And I believe we're going to be getting the wheels turning on the bus here just shortly after.
I'm crossing my fingers. You said you have a bunch of fans around here. And
yeah, we got a lot of people down there.
I want to see you come this way because I want to hang out.
Yeah, I got an uncle. My uncle lives in Oklahoma down there.
Oh, well, then you got to come here.
Yeah. He's outside of Oklahoma City, I think, just out around
Oklahoma City. Okay.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City's only an hour and a half away from me, so it's all good.
Spot, man. Come out, we get down there, right?
What's that?
I can expect to see you when One Day Alive comes to Oklahoma, right?
Oh, well, hell yeah, man.
All right.
It's like, in fact, One Day Alive gets within like a 3-state radius. You'll probably see my face.
Awesome. Can't wait.
You know, it's onedayalive.com is your website. And I have a feeling that it's somewhat under construction. Is that right?
The website?
Yeah.
They were updating, I guess tours getting ready and all that. So they're updating, getting ready for getting all the merch links redone and things like that. I haven't been on. I don't know if that's up at this moment or not. Check it out. If not, it should redirect to the Facebook page.
There was
if it's temporarily down.
Yeah, it's got all your social links up there, and then it's just like a placeholder, talks about the band, and then you can watch the video for the new song.
Yeah, I think it's they're updating it now.
That's why I was figuring they were getting everything together. And you talked about fan reception and your discover artist, and I call my listeners my big balls of awesome because each and every one of them is a big ball of awesome, man.
Yes.
I send out some of these things about bands, and we'll actually send out a Wikipedia page of all the rock stations in the US and their phone numbers, their request line numbers. And listeners I have some of them just sit and call radio stations, whether they can hear them or not. And so, because I told them it's all works the same. So it's like all those stream hits and all those requests means so much to bands. And,
man, it's everything. It's everything. I mean, without any of that stuff, it just doesn't work.
Well, and the landscape is so different now. I mean, you guys have to wear so many hats, man. You have to have your hands in so many different things now. Where before, it was like, just impress like some record rep and get signed and then go play live and let everybody else do all the work. Now
definitely not like that now.
It's like, no, it's all the social networking, you're doing all that, the website crap. You're either doing that or like directing how it's being done, and everything with your the list goes on and on. It's fucking crazy.
We are busy. It is a lot. I mean, and like you said, we're doing. You got from the band side, if you're involved in it, which we have been, and we've got a good team. So just in the last month or so, we've had some more people coming in, and taking a little bit over off of us. But we do, we do our social media. We do our, all our anything promotion to everything, but distribution, the label and everything does that, but they're not really involved in your social media or anything. So, all that. And then you're doing, we're doing stuff like this and writing and traveling for recording. And, we recorded most of our work's done in Nashville. And we're about 4 hours away. So we're back and forth from Cincinnati to Nashville all the time with our team down there. I mean, it's every day. There's not a day that we don't all spend 3 hours on the phone, collaborating and working. It's a 7-day-a-week thing. I thought that when I started to break into this point, man, that I would just have like a big party and,
just sit back.
I'm like, man, we work 7 days a week now. It's just it's nonstop. So
just
but it's
keeps
great,
going. The more and more it grows. And our new music guy here, Monkey Boy, he stresses all the time to buy the band's merch. If you go to a show and you don't buy merch from the band, it's like because there are so many bullshit fees that these venues charge for the tickets. So the band is getting a fraction of what those tickets actually cost. So it's like, if you want to really support the band, come on, just like throw out $9, get a CD, throw out like $20, get a couple t-shirts.
That keeps your new guys and your mid-level guys, that keeps you out on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what
keeps us being able to perform for them. I mean, for sure. And I mean, heck, even some of the venues even try to get into your merch sales too. So
that's, Oh, that's right. I did hear about that, man. There's not only
Yeah.
the what in the hell are they calling? They're calling some bullshit. Is it like merchandise concession fee or something like that? They
I
have
think
nothing to do with it. You guys
Yeah.
are out there selling this stuff yourself.
we're selling
But
our
yeah.
own name. That's the way of the world, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
everybody
what
wants,
can you do?
no matter how
Right.
much they have, they always want more, man. Randy Webb from One Day Alive, thank you so much for being here. And what do you say we let everyone hear Bringing on the Pain?
Let's do it.
Okay. This right here, my friends, is One Day Alive and their tune Bringing on the Pain. It's right here, right now on Real Rock Nights.
Click for the latest video right here, right now. And don't forget to like and subscribe.